Mark Bang's paper critically examined what autonomy means in the cultural and creative industry and how it actually operates within the capitalist system. He argues that while cultural work is considered creative and autonomous work, in reality, autonomy can be limited or manipulated within the commercial logic of capitalism. At the same time, Banks argued that autonomy is not simply suppressed, but rather a condition that capitalism must guarantee in order to produce creative goods. This paper shows that autonomy is the complex and dynamic concept that is continually negotiated and reconstructed between suppression and freedom.
Banks has selected 3 social science critiques which are skeptical to the claim that the cultural worker possesses creative autonomy. The consequences of the industrialization of art and cultural production has resulted in the artist being reduced to just a cog in a machine, bound by the dictates of employers and contracts to tailor the artist's creativity to pre-given formats instead of their own agenda, where for example the promotion of freelancing and cultural work as something positive provides a cover for its real intentions, to reduce costs, to differentiate work and non-work environments and employment risk. When it appears as if the cultural workers have autonomy over their creative destiny, the disadvantages get overlooked, suggesting that cultural workers' own status-seeking behaviors tend to compromise the possibility of artistic freedom. They deny economic interest and want to accumulate only prestige. This artistic stance of disinterestedness actually provides economic rewards, questioning the idea that artistic autonomy exists outside of commercial interest. Against these critiques, Banks also uses right in art commercialization to argue that autonomous cultural work is in fact impossible to destroy, since ensuring its survival is a prerequisite for the production of value in cultural and creative industries.
This battle for autonomy is reflected in podcasts such as The Daily Zeitgeist. As it is produced and distributed by the company iHeartMedia, the podcaster's autonomy is inherently limited by the profit motif of iHeartMedia, thus impacting content direction. However, the show's hosts still have the creative freedom to decide their episode topics and engage directly with the audience, so long as it complies with guidelines set by iHeartMedia. This reflects Banks's argument on how creative autonomy is limited by the commercial logic of capitalism. However, the podcast demonstrates how creators can navigate commercial pressure while maintaining their creative voice.